This is Jenny Naslund. In this tutorial, I'll be giving you a brief overview of Google Calendar. So to log into Google Calendar, first you're going to want to log into Google. You'll click on all the little boxes up in the top right-hand corner, and then you'll click on Calendar. When you get into Calendar, there's different views that you can look at your calendar, and each person has their own preference. So this view here is the month view, where you see the whole month at once. You can also look at a day view that'll show you each day what you have planned. There's a week view where you can look at each week. And there's even a schedule view where you can look at your schedule of what's going on each day. And you can look at 4 days as well. I prefer the year view, but again, or sorry, not the year view, the month view. You can also look at a year. The month view, as I can look at my whole month and kind of see what is coming. So lots of different views. Once you're in Google Calendar, the first thing you might want to do is create a calendar. So calendars can be created for a lot of different reasons. Sometimes teachers will create them for subjects that they teach. So they'll actually lay out like their lesson plans in Google Calendar. It might be for a specific group that you're in, or you might just have a calendar with reminders for you as well. You'll also have calendars that the district and your school sets you up with. So you'll see those events show up on your calendar as well. So if I want to add a calendar, I'm just going to go down here and you'll see this little plus sign, and I'll click on it. And I'm going to create a new calendar. So I go ahead and click on that. I give my calendar a name. I'm just going to call it Test Calendar for today. And just make sure it's the right time zone. I'm the owner, and I'm going to click on Create Calendar. So now, once I've done that, I'm going to go back here, and you will see that my test calendar, there it is right there. If I click on these little dots, there's more options that I can look at. I can change the color of my calendar if I want to. That can help you kind of see different things. I can also click on it and you can choose to see a calendar or take it away. So for example, I can take it away if I don't want to see it right now. And then I can click on it and add it back in later on if I would like to by just clicking on it, and then it'll show back up. Sometimes we do that, for example, like if I have like my Wolfridge calendar, there's times that I only need it for part of the year, so I will only have it show up for part of the year. So that's how you create a calendar. Next, I'm going to show you how to add an event. And there's multiple ways to add events. You can click right into the date that you want to add an event, and you can add it this way. You can also add an event by clicking up here where it says Create. And I can click on event and I can add it this way as well. So we'll do it this way, but you can do it either. And say test event, I can choose which day that I want it to be on. Maybe I want it on the 14th. I can choose the time that I want my meeting to be at. You can even be more specific if you want to. You can edit it to when I want it to end. I could also say if it's an all-day event, I can click on all day and it'll just show up as bolded. So you'll see like some of these things are bolded. That's because it's an all-day event versus a specific time. I have it as does not repeat, but if it's something that repeats weekly or monthly, maybe it's a meeting that you go to, you can have it repeat for very specific things. You can even say custom and say, I want it to repeat every Wednesday, every week, or every day, or every month, or every year, and then I want it to end on this or after this many occurrences. You can be very specific with it when you're setting up your if it's going to repeat. I'm going to actually turn that off here. It does not repeat, but you can set it up for that. You can add guests to your calendar. So you just start typing their name and they'll show up, and they'll get a notification that you added them to this calendar. And you can give them guest permissions, meaning what you want them to be able to do. If you want them to be able to modify, invite others, see guest lists, you can choose all of that. You can add a room or location. And then descriptions and attachments. I'm going to go ahead and open that up. Descriptions, a lot of times if I'm using this for lesson planning, I might actually write my whole lesson in there and then attach anything that I might need with it. By doing that, you keep everything super organized and it's really easy to find things. Instead of digging through, your Google Drive and all of these things, I can just literally attach everything I need in one spot, and then everything I need for the day is there and ready to open. You can add links, etc. You can also make it a Zoom meeting and attach it to our district Zoom account, which is super nice as well. So lots of different options when you create an event. I'm going to go ahead and delete my person on here. But then I'm going to go ahead and save it so you can see what it looks like. I created my event. And let's see, I think I was creating it for, oops, let's go back to today. There we go. Here's my event for tomorrow. Once I've created that event, I can go in and edit it anytime that I want to. I also want to show you what calendar it's in. We didn't talk about that. So right now it's in my Jennifer calendar, but let's say that I wanted to add it into a different calendar. So I can actually click here and I can add it to any of my calendars that I want. Maybe I want it to be in my math calendar. Okay, so I can change which calendar my event is in by doing that. So you can edit those events, change which calendar it's in, all those things. If I want to delete an event, I can click on it and hit delete. I can also change the color of it as well. So you have lots of options when it comes to events. Other cool thing that you can add, and this is a newer feature, is that you can actually add a task. So maybe there's something you need to finish, call parent. I'm going to add it as a task, and maybe I want to do that tomorrow at 2 p.m. and need to call parent. And then I can go ahead and save it. It's on, I've got to change it for tomorrow there. Save it. And you'll see that it shows up as a to-do list, as a task list. And when I'm finished with it, I can click on it and say mark as complete. And it'll actually cross it off for me. So it's kind of can be used as a to-do list as well. So there's so many options that you can use Google Calendar with. So those are the basics. If you want to learn more about Google Calendar, there's many more resources in our folder for you to check out.